Hi folks, Andreas here from tacticalgearhead.com, and I've got a review of something that is a little bit unusual for us to review, but I'd like to call this the most fun you can possibly have with $3.99 at Harbor Freight. This is a electronic bug zapper racket. Now I've seen these on the internet, and I've seen these advertised various places, and I always thought these are complete pointless gimmick, so I really largely ignored them. But on a recent camping trip, a friend of mine turned me onto these. Said it's the greatest way for just eliminating flies, that get into the house and whatnot. And of course, looking at it, it looks like a tennis racket. So I thought, well, what's the point? Why not use a fly swatter, right? And this thing looks like you want to smash the flies with it. Well, this is an electronic bug zapper. And so what that means is you're not smashing things with it, despite the fact it looks like a racket. You actually press this little button on the side here, and what happens is this grid up here. You have two kind of grids. You have an outer safety grid, and you have an inner charge grid. And when a fly or bug or whatever makes contact between those two, they get electrocuted. The packaging says they get hit with 1500 volts, and I tried to measure that with my voltmeter, but it overloaded my voltmeter, so I have no idea. But I can assure you that it works quite well. It either stuns the fly or fries them to a nice deep fried crispiness. So anyway, it works really well. First thing I did when I saw it was I saw this little sign here that says don't touch the net while the red light is on. So of course you can guess what the first thing is I did. I pressed the button and touched the net, and wow, it hurts. It feels like you walked across the entire yard with your, or the entire carpet with your socks on in winter and touched something metal. It really stings, but it's not harmful. It's something, you probably wouldn't want your kids touching it or playing with it, but it's not going to hurt anyone, except for the intended victims, the flies. Now, I said it's the most fun you can have for $3.99 at Harbor Freight. This is where I got this. I got this at Harbor Freight for $3.99, and we had a recent party here, Labor Day, and pretty much everybody at the party, from 10-year-old to 70-year-old, wanted to have a go at this thing, where they were chasing around flies all over the place and just having a good old time zapping the poor little critters. But especially those really annoying ones that buzz around when you have a picnic. There is, however, a technique to this. You can't try to slowly cover them and capture the fly. You can't swat them or you'll damage the thing. It's really kind of flimsy plastic. What you want to do is, let's say this little screw head here is a fly. What you want to do is you want to put the racket head like so to the side of the fly, and then you want to electrify the grid, and you want to quickly sweep across. And basically what you're doing is the fly will get scared, will take off, but you'll still capture it and touch it as it's taking off, and that's when you'll zap it. And that's what I found is the most effective and best way to actually get flies with this thing. This thing works great for flies, wasps, any other moths, any other kind of flying critter that might get into your house, and it's much less messy than trying to smash them, and it's just a lot more satisfying. Anyway, this has been a review of the Bug Zapper from Harbor Freight. This has been Andreas from tacticalgearhead.com. Thank you.